Hey everybody, this is Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and I'm here very, very late with my last Good Vibes collection for Memory Lane. And this is a very fun journey you're going to go on with me. I have this fun photo of my son and daughter back when my daughter could still fit in her jolly jumper, and it was summertime, and in the photo you can see me too, and I really thought that using it with this collection was going to be the perfect thing to do. So I'm going through all of my everything, what I have left. Nora's singing, sorry guys. And I'm just kind of playing, trying to see what patterns are going to work and all of that good stuff. And I don't know. I don't know why I fought it so much and what happened, but I didn't really have a design choice and thought in my head. I was really just trying to let the collection and the paper take me in the direction I wanted the layout to go in. And it does eventually, but at first it just did not at all, not even a little. I was trying to add different pops. My daughter's wearing pink and Jackson is wearing blue. Like I said, I am in the photo, I'm wearing a black and white skirt, so and it's got a bit of I filter everything I do, so all of my photos have filters to them, and this one had an Instagram filter, so it's got a little bit more of the tones that maybe stark white isn't the perfect thing to be on top of it, if that makes sense. Like it needed that softness of a lighter color. So I was frustrated, so I went off and kind of played around and let my phone charge. Went back, found a few layers I felt worked pretty well, and then I decided to go with this really fun, I just took strips that I had and decided to go with a really fun and simple design where you just layer a bunch of strips, and I liked it. I thought it really helped showcase the remaining pattern papers that I hadn't really gotten to play with yet, and I finally broke into one of the strips of pattern papers that has all the multiple different colored strips. I'm sure you've seen people use them in multiple ways. They're awesome. It's beautiful. And so I broke into the teal part of that, saving the rest of it. I have enough left over to definitely create one more layout. So even though this is my last layout for Memory Lane, I might squeak another one in there, and if I do, I'll definitely take it up and let them know that I've done it. Might not be for a little while. I've got a bunch of stuff coming up lately, and it was summer this weekend. Like it was beautiful out, and so we, as a family, I worked the Saturday, but as a family we were out all day Sunday, and March has been a very, very busy month. We are a big soccer family, so Sean and I go to the opening game of our local MLS, which is the Vancouver Whitecaps. So we went to that, and then this weekend was beautiful. Next weekend, we are taking Jackson to Paw Patrol. It was part of his birthday present from January. It's finally arrived. And the following weekend is Nora's birthday and her birthday party. And then the following weekend is Easter. It's like a huge, big, busy, rushing month. And of course, I work Saturdays every Saturday. So it's a crazy month. It's really fun. It's flying by. I'm enjoying this month immensely. But for introverts, as my family is, it's a lot for us. So I think all of April, I'm going to just hibernate because I'm going to need to rest from all of this crazy March. So as you can see, I've switched up my photo. So I like the idea. I had some layers down. It was kind of flowing, but I couldn't make it work. I didn't know what design to use with that photo and where I was going to put my journaling. I just couldn't make it work. So I flipped to this photo, and this is from Jackson's birthday. And in the morning, I was going to let him pick the cake because we weren't doing anything major. His birthday party wasn't until the following weekend because his birthday was during the week. So we went to the grocery store, and I put Nora in the little seat thing, and this one thankfully has a dual place for the kids to sit. And he's like, Mommy, can I please? And he actually called me Mommy, which he never does anymore. It's always Mom. But he goes, Mommy, I want to sit by Nora. And I was like, absolutely, you can sit by your sister. Let me take a photo. So I got this really cute photo of them. And he picked his cake and whatnot. So then I thought, well, I could totally make this into the fact that it's about his birthday. But really, it was about how he wanted to sit next to his sister. So it could have some girly theme to it a little bit. And so again, I'm going to try and layer this photo up and make it work and use this yay and hooray and all this stuff that's kind of birthday themed within this collection. And again, I struggled and I could not make it. I just couldn't make it work. I can't make the layers go. I didn't know how to add the tags. I don't know. It's so silly because like I said, this collection needs to be called the Christy collection. I love everything in it. There's not a single piece I don't like. But for some reason, the orientation maybe, I don't know. I could not make it work. So at this point, I'm pretty frustrated. Like I have random days off, right? So I work Mondays. I have Tuesdays off. I work Wednesdays, Thursdays in the evenings. Like I close. I have Friday off. I work Saturday. I have Sundays off. So try to scrapbook and that kind of, and scrapbook and clean the house and I have Nora my days off and all of that, right? And then create 2 layouts that you're not happy with, right? Because I've taken the time to create these and it's still not working. So I've spent basically my entire morning working on this and I'm so frustrated. I like the idea of using the title Cake Adventure. I'm like, whatever. I took everything away and I was like, well, what if I just kind of not slim down. What if I just did a really, really light whitewash on this really pretty black and so it's a white base and it's got little black like hash marks on it. I love this piece of pattern paper. It's beautiful. And I thought, well, maybe if I do that, when I place my photo on it, it'll help me be able to decide with the layers. And I added a little bit of water that I know it looks like it's color. It used to be a Heidi Swapp Color Shine color, but I just ended up not using it and filling it with water instead. And so that way I can spread it. And then in that moment, I was like, this kind of looks like the beach. And bam, the idea of how to finally get this layout created became available. So I have this really fun photo of just our beach chair the day we were at the beach. And if you haven't watched my channel for a while, every Canada Day, so the 1st of July, we go to the beach and that's how we celebrate Canada Day. It's basically the only day we go to the beach because we're not beach people. Though Jackson, I think, would like us to change that, so this summer might be a little different. But I'd like to take a bunch of different photos to kind of capture the day and just the setting, the weather, and all of that. And so I took this beautiful photo. I just love the way it turned out. I think it's really neat. And it looks like we are on a private beach. We're not. There is thousands of people surrounding us, but we happen to be in an area where the tide was kind of coming in. So we chose a spot where we knew we were going to have to move, but we were going to be able to be there for at least an hour or so. And so we hung out there and it was like our own little private island. It was so fun. People would walk by and everything. And if I could have scanned behind me, you would have seen all the people that were all behind us. It was a very, very busy long weekend, that one. But it was fun. And I just really love the photo. And it made me flip like I said, the orientation of this. And that is when everything really started to flow together. I tried to use this new Shimmers product. It's already got it's like a wet paint shimmers to it, so you don't have to add anything to it. It was a little too light, like I couldn't make it dark enough, so I switched to my spray mist and I'm using Bamboo Leaf, which is the lighter green that I own. And then, of course, I don't want it to be super green because we're at the beach. I need it to be more of blue. So I'm going to add a little bit of blue too. But I also add yellow because there's yellow in the collection. And I really want to use that sticker you see up at the top there. And so I add a tiny, tiny bit of yellow. I do two different shades because one was a little way too yellow and I wanted a little bit of that more mustardy colored. And I believe that one is Sunset Strip and the other one is Mandarin Mai Tai. And so, yeah, I finally add a little bit of mixed media. There's my blue that I add. It is a dark blue. It's the, Blue Jeans or Heidi Ho blue. It is one of my dark ones that I do not use very often. But it works, especially considering I am the type of mixed media gal that I soak everything up. So you are really only getting the slightest amount of color that from my mixed media. I don't let it sit very long. I soak it up right away. I like the lighter version of stuff. I'm going to lay everything back down. And at this, I'm like, I really like this. But what am I going to say about this photo? I've already documented Canada Day and all of that. And then I thought in the back of my head, you know what? I have two little photos of the kids that I can add. And that kind of just ties it in so I can add this into our family album instead of like maybe just something that would go in like the book of me. Because I don't actually love the beach. I like to go the one time a year we go, but I'm, like I said, I'm not a beach person. I'd rather be like at a museum or something. So I needed to be able to tie it in somehow and not lie because I don't like to just create a layout and then not really tell the full truth about things. So I have these two photos, like I said, of the kids, and I'm going to go ahead and use that. And then I bring in a little bit of my last summer's, not mine, but the last summer's pink paisley, which is the Summer Lights collection. And actually, these two collections went together really, really nicely. I was so impressed with how well they kind of jive together. It's got remember it has that holographic kind of thing to it. I still struggle with I don't think I use very many of the actual holographic pieces in the collection, but it worked. I do grab a lot of little pieces. I liked adding that pop of pinky purple color that's in it, and that just set everything. It made everything work perfectly. I could add in the yellow frame finally, and I just cluster at the bottom and then at the top there. I had lots of little bits and pieces. There was a lot of little things that end up getting added, and I'm really, really pleased with the way it turned out, considering how big of a journey this layout went on. And in the end, it's just titled Beach Goals, Beach Life Adventure, I believe, is whatever you prefer to choose it. And my journaling just talks about how actually Jackson would prefer us to do this all the time. And so it turns into something about how, it was fun and all of that, but it's not so much for us, like Sean and I, that we do this for. It's for Jackson. So thanks so much for watching. There's a look at my finished layout, and I hope you enjoyed this journey with me. I'll be back soon with another layout. Bye!